Hi. So, could we have your name, please?
My name is Pinsoneault.
Hi, Anne. And so, can you give us a little bit of your background?
I am a senior art major, fine arts, concentrating in painting. I'll be graduating next semester in 2014.
Excellent. And what is your theater experience so far?
So far, I started out just photographing for the theater and just photographing shows and documenting them for Sherry, the theater professor. And I had a best friend who was a theater major, and she's the one that got me more interested in it. She just had me around when she was doing shows and managing them and everything.
So what has your experience been with Laugh Riot so far?
So far, my first theater show I actually ever did was with them. It was with the show It's a Wonderful Lie, and a year ago, actually, last December of 2012. Same runtime as the show.
So, how would you compare that experience to the experience so far with Jet of Blood?
Very different, extremely, in all senses of the word.
So what are your impressions so far with the production?
So far with the production, it's a lot more challenging, but also interesting. There's a lot of things that we have to really creatively figure out and do to make the play turn out the way that it's meant to turn out, or how Rob wants it to turn out.
Okay, well, let's open that up a little bit.
Okay.
What do you find challenging about it in particular?
Mostly getting into the correct character, since the characters have their very long monologues, but we're not actually speaking on the stage, and it's all recorded voice, and were these characters set in kind of like a little child's toy box. So we're playing these grown-up characters, but we're playing them as a 5-year-old would play them. So it's very strange.
So that goes a little bit into how is it interesting? You know, what aspects are interesting, and this is obviously something a little bit different than people might normally see on stage.
Everything's very animated, and we're trying to get a sense across that we're kind of just all toys in a toy box. And compared to It's a Wonderful Lie, those were actual scenes in a scenario of a person's life going on. This is a lot more about society and just, I guess, society of America, and it was back in, I think it was around World War II time that it was written, but all the things about war and civilization and industry that they talk about now is true today. So it completely rolls over and stays the same.
So let's talk about what you hope to present as an experience with the production. So what do you want the audience to take away from this?
That is a hard question. I guess I want them to take away from the experience. With my role, I am actually the character that realizes that the world isn't controlled by or it doesn't agree with the world being controlled by the singular figure of God. And I completely back away from that he's the one that's in charge, and that's not true, that I'm in charge of my life and we're in charge of the world. And so I guess I kind of want the audience to take away from my character especially, but even the play, that there's a lot of, obviously craziness in the world, and a lot of things that are just absolutely ridiculous and that make no sense of what things we do, but we need to realize it. And so I feel like that's kind of what I take away from this play a lot, is, it's a ton of nonsense craziness going on, and it's hard to concentrate all on one thing, but that kind of embodies what the play's about. Is you have everything going on nonsense. You don't even know where to look, don't know what you're looking at. But you've got to focus, and you've got to, think about what you just saw and what you just witnessed, and try and take away that the fact is you're kind of in control of the world that you have before you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.